Now we would like to subset data. So subsetting data is to pick a certain piece of your data. For example, if we look at our data frame here, what if we don't want all the columns here? We only want price and square meters. Okay, we can go back to our main.r file, and we just have like slice equals to data, and then we have to specify the rows first and columns. So if we start with rows, then we want everything. So we write nothing here. This means that if you write nothing, you select everything. And here we would like to have the price, but if we only put price here, we get that column. If we want one more column, then we have to use the concatenation function, the C, and then we have square meters as well. We run that, and our slice of the data has price and square meters. So that's how you can choose a subset of your data based on the columns. But what if you have your data and you would like to only pick, for example, the first 10 rows, okay? So we just overload the slice variable here, which means that we are overriding it. So data, now instead of writing nothing in the row section here, we would like to, let's see, we would like to have the price, okay? That the 10 first price items, okay? The 10 first elements in the price columns or price column. So here we have, oops, the slice here. But what we now have done is that we have made it into a vector. So we have it here. And the vector is actually not possible to double click and open like an Excel file. So just beware of that. Caught me a bit off guard here. But we can also slice the data based on the city. So we would like to get the price of equals data price, and now we can have like a test. Okay, so we have data city is equal to, and whenever you have a test, you have 2 equal sign, not 1. And this should be equal to, for example, Oslo. So now we have a slice of the data, and we should only have the columns with the price for Oslo apartments. However, in this data, I see now that the 10 first rows are actually Oslo apartments. So we get the same result as previously. So we select data for Trondheim instead, and we see here that we get something different. So we get the Trondheim apartment prices instead. So this is how you can slice the data. And then, of course, you can just, for example, calculate the mean. Then you get the mean for the Trondheim apartments, because that's our slice. So that's how you can pick a certain number of rows based on a condition. But you also have another condition, like numerical expressions. So we can put into slice data and did the same mistake again. Data price and data square meters. And we want the square meters to be greater than, for example, 50. Okay, so now we have only the prices for apartments above 50 square meters. And if we run this, then we see here we only have those with data points or those prices for apartments with more than 50 square meters in size. Okay, so if we would like to have all of the columns, we could do like this. And let's see. Yeah, then we have to specify the columns as well, like this. And we now have a data frame with only the apartments with more than 50 square meters in size. So this was a bit cumbersome, that explanation. But what if we would like to have the data with only those apartments with a parking spot? So from data, we select the rows where data has a parking equal to 1. So again, I did not remember to add the comma. So here we only have data with apartments who has a parking spot. Okay, so now we have subset the data based on columns and based on rows. So the key takeaway is that slicing on rows, you have to put that in front of the comma, and the slicing of the columns, you have to put behind the comma. So if we want to slice on, for example, both square meters and only select price and square meters, then we can have data And right now we have selected everything, all rows and all columns, but we only want where data and let's see, square meters is above 50, and we only want the price and the square meters. So if we slice on that, we only have the price and square meters for apartments with square meters above 50. So that's how you can skin down your data, so you are not working with the whole set of data if you are not required to. And you can also, lastly, subset on multiple conditions. Then we slice the data on, for example, we would like to have only the apartments with square meters above 50 and one parking spot. So then we have to, sorry, then we have to write data and square meters above 50, like previously. And then we can use the AND function here, or the AND sign, and data parking should be 1. So only large apartments with a parking spot, and we would like to have the price, the square meters, and the parking, just to check that we are actually getting what we want. So here we look at our slice of the data. Yeah, we have all the apartments have square meters above 50, and all of them have parking. So that's the slice of data with these two conditions. What we can do is that if I just copy that line here, we can also, instead of making sure that the apartment has a square meter above 50 and a parking, we can have either or. So either they can have square meters above 50, or they can have a parking spot. So if then we can use the pipe operator on a Windows keyboard. It's to the upper left. So here we can just write the pipe operator for or. I will publish this file online, so you can get it. It will be in the description of the first video in this series. Okay, so here we should get the apartments with square meters above 50, or parking spots. So now we can see if we have square meters. Yes. Those who do not have parking spot, they are large. But those with parking spot might also be small. So that's the effect of the OR operator, or the OR sign here.